Hi, I'm Chetna Makan here in the Food 52 kitchen making my rose and pistachio Mississippi mud cake. I'm taking the very classic Mississippi mud cake and adding very gentle rose and pistachio, which is a very common combination in Indian sweets and desserts. And this just lifts the very chocolatey pudding and makes it amazing. So I'm going to start with the dry ingredients first. So just some flour, some granulated sugar, some soft brown sugar, some baking powder, a bit of salt, baking soda, and some cocoa powder. Lots of it. And then just give it a mix. Now moving on to the wet ingredients in a separate bowl. So I'm going to start with some coffee, instant coffee, and some boiling water. Some rose water, some oil, buttermilk, which is a slightly different consistency to what we get in the UK and very different to what we get in India. So I've realized that actually buttermilk looks very different around the world. In UK you get it slightly thicker, and in India buttermilk is really watery. So yeah, very interesting. And then some eggs. And this lovely smell, aroma of coffee and rose is just so unusual and beautiful. Now all of this goes into the dry ingredients, and all that's left to do is whisk it together. Just some elbow grease, or you can use a stand mixer as well, but really don't need one. Now I've got the rectangle cake tin prepared, and all that's left to do is transfer and then bake. Just spread it evenly. So this only needs around 20 to 25 minutes, but it's not done yet. We have more things to go on top of this cake.
You want to enjoy some refreshments? This is your opportunity. There will now be a short intermission.
It smells so good. So just sprinkle the mini marshmallows on top. I think that's good enough. Okay. And it goes back in for 5 minutes until they're like nice and toasty. How stunning does that look? So now we just need to be patient and let this cool. Leave it in the tin for 5 minutes, and after that leave it on the tray for another couple of hours until it's cooled down completely. But there is more to come. So I'm going to blitz up some of the pistachios to finish the cake. You want this chopped up slightly finer because big chunky pistachios really don't go well with the other textures of the cake. Oh, it smells so good, and look at that lovely color. So everything goes in the pan. I've got some butter, some milk, and some cocoa powder. And I'm just going to warm it up until the butter has melted and it all comes together nicely. So once the butter has melted, we can take it off the heat. Just trying to get rid of any cocoa powder clumps. And now goes in some icing sugar. What do you call it here? Powdered sugar. Now goes in some powdered sugar. Or confectionery sugar. If you just add a little at a time, it'll be easier for mixing. And you can see the color is changing and it's getting really dark chocolatey. So this is ready and the cake has completely cooled down. I was very tempted to cut a slice of the warm cake, but I've been patient. Now I can pour this on the cake. So I'm just gonna move this here. It is a messy cake, so be prepared. And all that's left to do is really pour this sauce on top of the cake. And when I say it's a messy cake, this is when it might just flow down on the sides. And in your bang in the oh no! And then of course we've got this lovely pistachio to finish off the cake. Look at that. It's a lot of pistachio. And there it is, melting away on the sides. So I would suggest that you use a tray which has got side lips so it all stays contained on the tray and not on your kitchen shelf. But this looks so amazing. I have to cut into this and see what it looks inside, like inside. My kids would absolutely love all this messy situation. And it's kind of, the marshmallow makes it sticky. Oh, look at that. That looks like a lovely light sponge. Oh my goodness.
You just went for it.
Oh my god, that's so good. That is a delicious rose and pistachio Mississippi mud cake. The rose is so subtle and the pistachio just goes so well with chocolate. This is absolutely delicious. I hope you will try this lovely, slightly messy Mississippi mud cake. The recipe can be found on Food 52 and you can check out my YouTube channel, Food with Chetna. Oh my goodness, I would definitely need to sit down and enjoy this rest of the cake. Thank you. Bye. Oh my goodness.